for checking out this blog on the difference between Acura parts and non-Acura parts. And I just wanted to make a short video showing you one example of the difference between these two different types of parts. And the example that I'm using is an air filter. So I actually have a non-Acura air filter here and an Acura made air filter here. So you can kind of see immediately right off the bat there's a small difference in color, and I will explain that in just 1 second. But the first difference here is that I sat down with Jeff Gibson, who's the service manager at Leta Acura. Incredibly nice gentleman, and I know nothing about cars, and he really broke this down for me so that I could understand and explain it to you. So the air filter has these little mounting points on it where it sits in the air filter housing in your car. And when I hold these two up to the camera, you'll see those mounting points are those little pieces jutting out at the bottom there. Now, if you look closely, there is a difference between these two. The one on my right here, which is the Acura air filter, that little piece is wider than this one over here that was a generic brand. Now, the problem with that is because those mounting points are made to sit in that air filter housing system just so, this one, the generic air filter, because those mounting points are smaller, it will allow this air filter to shift. Even if it's just 1/8 of an inch, that shifting will allow air to get into your motor from either side of this air filter when it should be going through the air filter. The problem with that is it carries those particles that you don't want getting into your motor, and that could cause some serious damage to your Acura's motor. The other difference, as you noted in the beginning here, is the color. You'll see the Acura made air filter is yellow in color, and that's because this filter is soaked in oil. And that comes at a price to the manufacturer who makes this. The reason they soak it in oil is because that makes it better equipped to catch those particles that it's supposed to keep from your engine, from your motor. So the difference is this one, while this filter is about roughly $20 cheaper than the Acura made air filter, this could potentially let in hazardous chemicals into your motor. And while you may be tempted to save the $20 whenever getting your air filter replaced, the sacrifice you're making is that to your motor, because the Acura made air filter was made to really protect that motor in your Acura to keep it running strong and long. And that is just one difference of Acura made parts and non-Acura made parts.